This is going to be another video over Newton's method. There'll be one more after this, just because we had 3 examples on the review sheet from class. So this will be Newton's method number 2. And if you remember from the last video, the equation that we use is x sub I plus 1 is equal to x sub I minus f of xi over f prime of xi. Okay, so I'm going to try to speed things up a little bit on this video, just since, if you have any questions, you can go back and watch the previous video to figure out, kind of what I'm doing. Okay, on the second problem, we're given the equation f of x is equal to 3x minus 5. We're given x1, and we're trying to get to x3. And go ahead and take the derivative of your f of x. So we get f prime of x is equal to 3x squared. Alright, so now start just plugging everything into your equation. Okay, so here's everything that we know. Here's the equation that we need to use. This is our x1. This is going to be our f of x. This is our derivative. So go ahead and write down x2 is equal to your x1 minus your x1 cubed minus 5 over 3 times your x1 squared. And so that is going to be equal to 2 minus 8 minus 5 over 3 times 4, which is equal to 2 minus 3 over 12. And so that is going to be equal to 2 minus 1 over 4, because 3/12 will simplify down to a quarter. Okay, so this is where we left off. Again, you'll see we have a fraction and the whole number, so we're going to have to get a common denominator. 8 over 4, which is 2, minus 1 over 4, and that is going to give us 7 over 4 as our x2. So now we'll go through and set everything up again for our x3. That's going to be equal to 7 over 4 minus 7 over 4 cubed minus 5 over 3 times 7 over 4 squared. Okay, so here's where we should be sitting at. Go ahead and start writing everything out. 7 over 4 minus, okay, our 7 cubed is going to be 343 over 4 cubed, and that is going to be 64, minus, we're going to have a fraction and a whole number, so we need to get a common denominator. So basically just multiply 64 times 5, and that'll give us 320 over 64. So we have a common denominator. That is going to be over 3 times, now right here, 7 squared is going to be 49 over 4 squared, which is 16. Close all that up. Okay, so there's where we're sitting at, and whenever you actually do all your calculations, 7 over 4 minus 23 over 64 All of that is over 147 over 16, and that is because we took our 3 and multiplied it by the 49 to give us 147, and our denominator 16 just stayed 16, and that is going to be equal to 7 over 4 minus 23 over 64 times 16 over 147, because we are doing our change the sign to multiplication, and then we're flipping the bottom right there. Ta-da! And if you notice, 16 and 64, 16 will go into 64 4 times, so we can clean that up a little bit to 7 over 4. Okay, so that should give us 7 over 4 minus 23 over 4 times 1 over 147. So then we can go ahead and simplify that some more. Okay, so there's where we were at. So we have 7 over 4 minus, multiply straight across right here. Oops. Right there, the 23 times 1, and we get 23 over, and when we multiply 4 and 147, we should get 588. Okay, so now we know we need a common denominator, so we're going to do 147 over 147 times 7 over 4 minus 23 over 588. Okay, so now whenever we multiply 147 and 7, we should get 1029 over 588 minus 23 over 588, and that is going to give us 1006 over 588. That can come down to 503, because we can factor out a 2 from the top and the bottom. Over 294. So this should be our x3, and now we need to check that by plugging it into the original equation to see how close to 0 that actually gets us. Okay, so now we have our x3 and our original equation right here. So just substitute in the x3 for your x and get 503 over 294 cubed minus 5, and just plug that in your calculator, and that comes out to approximately 0.008, and as you can see, that is almost 0. So that one checks out as well, and we should be good there, and we'll get ready to do the next problem.